everybody, welcome to RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. Wishing you an awesome day, as I always say, a super fantastic, dynamite, exciting day. My message for you, and we're going to do a show today on some rules that I have, and the rules are to become a better version of yourself. Now, I got 10 things written down. I'm excited about this show. Looking forward to sharing this information with you, because here's what I know. There is only one you. All of us are unique. Everybody is different. You know, we have a lot of similarities in many ways, but it's amazing, I think about even in my family, how I have two daughters and they have some things alike, but in so many different ways they're completely opposite, and that comes right within our family. But each of us are unique. No two people have the same fingerprints. Everybody is unique, and you are designed, whether you realize it or not, you are designed with a purpose. You are designed for greatness. You are designed to have a wonderful life, an amazing life. But it all boils down to making that decision to becoming the best version of you. So if up to this point you've been saying, well, you know what, I've kind of been drifting along, kind of putting along, doing my thing, and I really haven't reached my full potential, or I really haven't made a decision to become the best person that I can be, or the best version of myself, what do I need to do in order to do that? And that's what we're going to be covering on today's show. So it's all about making a commitment and doing the things necessary to having a wonderful life, an amazing life. Now, that doesn't mean that our lives are going to be perfect. You know, sometimes people will look at other people and say, man, they just have a great life, or they just have a wonderful life. I wish I was them. I wish I had their life. And you really don't realize what they've been through, or even what they're going through, because all of us go through difficult times. All of us go through challenges. All of us go through obstacles. That's part of life, and I promise you that nobody's immune to that. Okay, please keep that in mind. But it all boils down to, even through all that, how can we become the best version of ourselves? And I've got, like I said, 10 things written out. I'm going to jump into them. We're going to have a short beginning here, and we're going to dive into these because I don't want to rush these. I want to make sure that we cover these. I'm excited about this show, pumped up to share them, really fired up. So we're going to take a short break. I want you to break out your notebooks, and I want you to write these things down. 10 rules to become the best version of myself. 10 rules to become the best version of myself. Are you ready to make that commitment? I hope you are. Let's make that decision. Let's do it. Take a short break and we'll get right on it. Hello everybody, Rich Norton here from RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. I want to thank you all for tuning into our shows. Most of our shows are recorded here live at Hands and Feet Foundation, which is a ministry that I serve in, and I'm very, very blessed to serve into this ministry. My wife and I come out here. She's out here every Thursday or Tuesday. She brings music out to everybody, and I come out usually with her on Saturdays, and we have church with everybody that comes out here. And we've been very fortunate, very blessed to come out here and serve in this ministry. This is a ministry that's near and dear to our hearts. We have a passion and we have a heart for the lost. We have a passion and a heart for people that are down and out. And the majority of the people that come here are homeless, been through some very difficult times, whether it's bad choices on their own or whether it's just circumstances. We just love on them, and we help them get off the streets, and we help them get into rehab for some people that are wanting to get clean. We send them to different places. So there's just wonderful things that are happening here at Hands and Feet Foundation. So if you'd like to learn more, you can go to handsandfeetfoundation.org. You can look them up on Facebook, Hands and Feet West Side, or you can come out and visit 7478 103rd Street, Jacksonville, Florida. If you'd like to come out and visit, or you'd like to give a donation, or you just like to come out and help serve, come and join us. It'd be fantastic to see you. You'll see me in my shorts and my t-shirt and my guitar, and just having a great day. So we'd love for you to come out here as well. Thank you. All right, I'm right back here with you, very pumped up and fired up, because the bottom line is we want to become the best. We want to become as awesome as we are designed to be. So how do we become the best version of ourselves? Rule number one, first thing that you need to do is identify your dreams. What are your dreams? You may say, well, I don't have any dreams at all. We all have dreams. We all have dreams when we're kids. You know, when we start growing up, we think, when I grow up, I want to do this. Or we may even have said that as adults. You know what? I've always wanted to do this. Or I always wanted to accomplish this. Whatever it may be, because I have some dreams myself, and I've kind of delayed and I've been procrastinating on some. And one of them, so now you can hold me accountable, is to write a few books. And I can easily say I've been putting out all the excuses, because we all make the excuses, and I can say, just like everybody else does, I don't really have the time, I keep myself busy, I want to write a book, but at this time it's not a good time for me to do that. So I'm filled with excuses like many, many other people are. So I gotta stop doing that and just make the decision and just begin. So the first rule is to identify what your dreams are. What are your dreams? What kind of vehicle do you want to drive? What kind of home do you want to live in? What type of lifestyle would you like to have? What is your dream car, dream house, dream job, dream opportunity, dream income? There's so many different dreams. Now, it's not always have to be about material things. Maybe it be to travel or to do a mission work, whatever it might be. And usually they start out with, you know what? I always wanted to do this. I've always had this dream of going to this country. My wife has a dream to go into Greece, you know, to the Isles in Greece. I've been there. I have to take her there. I want her to have that dream come true. So what are some of your dreams where some people may think, well, that's pie in the sky, that'll never happen, but it can happen and will happen if you believe that it's going to happen. So what are your dreams right now? Write them out. Make that your first rule. This is step number one, the first rule in order to become the best version of yourself. So that's number one. Number two, which goes right along with that, is now you have to set some goals. Because what are goals? Goals are dreams that have a plan attached to them. What are your goals? A lot of people drift through life and they don't know what they want to accomplish. They don't know where they're going to go. They don't know what they want to accomplish in a month, in a year, next year, 5 years, 10 years down the road. All they're doing is just kind of living it, as they say, which is fine, one day at a time. Well, where do you want to be a week from today? What are your goals for those of you that are with Retriever Merchant Solutions? If it's a Monday, what is your goal for this entire week? Well, my goal may be, you could say, my goal is to write 5 merchants or 6 merchants. Well, how are you going to do that? You need to map out your area, plan out where you're going to go, make the commitment, and just simply go for it. Set your goal, plan your work, and then work your plan. It's all about setting goals. And you've heard me describe this and talk about it before. It's kind of like playing a basketball game, a football game, or a hockey game, and they start the game and there's no goalpost or there's no goals. They start the game, they're ready to score, and there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to shoot at. What's the point of playing that game if there are no goals? Same thing it applies to the business world, to Retriever Merchant Solutions. What's the point of doing this if we have no goals. And they have to be specific, attainable, reachable goals that you can accomplish, but you know exactly what they are. It can't be like, hey, what is your goal? My goal is to make a bunch of money, and this seems like a great place to do it. That's not going to work. That's not specific. So you need to set specific goals with a deadline, make a plan, and go for it. So that's rule number 2. Rule number 3, once you've got your goal, take action. People may say, well, I got these dreams, and I have these goals, and I know exactly what I want to accomplish in life. I have made a plan. I'm going for it 100%. I'm ready to go, ready to do it. I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to do it next month. I'm going to do it 6 months from now because I'm not ready yet. You ever hear people say that? Or maybe you've done that yourself. Well, it's time for you to take action. As the commercial goes, just do it. Make the decision and just do it. Quit wasting time. Quit talking about it. Remember, there's talkers and there are doers. Make the decision to be a doer and just simply take action. I promise you, if you do that, it's going to be well worth it. Now, you might say, well, I'm not ready. Take action anyway. I'm not super positive yet. Take action anyway. I'm afraid. Take action anyway. No matter what the situation, what the scenario may be, make the decision to take action. So you've got your dreams, you know what you want to accomplish, you've set your goals, you made your plan, now you are taking action. These are rules to become the best version of ourselves, and that's our goal. That's what we want to accomplish. Number 4, maintain your persistency, or your persistence. That's the word. Maintain your persistence. You've heard this before. A winner never quits, and a quitter never wins. When you start something, sometimes people talk about, I have to have something to fall back on. You ever hear people say that? Or you need to just kind of give it the old college try. And that none of that works. I've heard Eddie Murphy talk about that when they got into acting. He said, everybody told him, get something to fall back on. And he said, no, I am going to be an actor. I'm not falling back on anything. I'm marching forward. There's no other option for me. And you know what? I love it when people say that to me in this business. I had a new person say that the other day. They said, Rich, I'm committed to Retriever. There are no other options. This has to work for me. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm all in. I've made the commitment. I'm 1,000% here. There is no other options. I have to make it happen. And I said, that's a good goal, man. That's a fantastic place to be in. Because some people are motivated by inspiration, and I know what it's like to be motivated by desperation. I've been there myself. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's a good place to be where you say, I'm all in. I've burnt the bridges. There's nothing to fall back on. I've made the commitment. This is it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm 1,000% into it. I will persist until I succeed. I've made that commitment. I will persist until I succeed. And when you're out there and you're contacting merchants and you're getting a little bit of rejection, you're getting a little bit of failure, things may not be working out that well for you. That's when you say to yourself, nothing's going to stop me. Nothing's going to get in my way. I will persist until I succeed. I am committed to the cause. I'm going to go out and make it happen. I'm not trying this. I'm not giving it a shot. I'm not giving it the old college try. I am going to do this 1,000%. Now, how do I know that? Because I'm committed to doing it, and I see other people doing it. I look at the list. I see the names, and I say, if they can do it, I can do it. If these guys can make it happen, I can make it happen. If they're making $10,000 a month within their first year in residuals, I can do that. If they're doing 20 grand, 30 grand, 40, 50 grand, if they're becoming millionaires in this industry, why not me? Sometimes you have to say that. Why not me? Now, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but what it's going to take is a lot of persistence. And that means never, ever giving up. Do you have that? Never giving up. Never throwing in the towel, never using the word or even saying that word that begins with Q. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm never going to do that. Never going to talk about it, not even thinking about it. I'm 100% committed to the cause. Does this resonate with you, and does this make sense to you? Because that's the persistence that I'm talking about. That's what it's going to take in order to have amazing, incredible, awesome, fantastic success. Persistence is the key. That means never, ever, ever, ever giving up, no matter what. So I hope that is your mentality. So say this with me. I will persist until I succeed. I will persist until I succeed. Write that down. Take a piece of paper and write that down. Under that rule, maintain your persistence. I will persist until I succeed. So those are the first four rules in order to become a best version of ourselves. And that should be our goal, is to be the absolute best that we can possibly be. We don't want a life of mediocrity. We don't want to just be average. You don't want to be just like everybody else. Rise to the top. The cream rises to the top. Be the best that you can be in every phase of your life. If you do that, you'll enjoy life a lot more. You'll be a lot more happier, and you'll be a lot more fun to be around, and you'll be much more positive. Now, as I'm talking about this, I'm sure you're feeling that way already if you're committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Number 5, sometimes you have to adjust your attitude. Every now and then, as I talked about earlier, we're going to go through difficult times. We are going to go through struggles. Here's the thing. Things don't always go perfect all the time. If it did, life would be just a piece of cake. That's not the way it works. We are going to have days where they stink. We are going to have days where things just don't go right. There are going to be things that go wrong. People will tick you off. There'll be challenges. There will be people that let you down. There will be people that will not come through for you. It just may not fall into place. That's just the way it goes. Sometimes we can get negative over that. Sometimes we can start making excuses. Sometimes we can start talking negative, stinking thinking trash. We don't want to do that. What we have to do in that case, if you have found yourself making excuses, talking about others, negative talk, stinking thinking, hardening of the attitude, excuse-itis, if you've suffered from any of these diseases, and if you notice they're all from the neck up, sometimes we have to take a checkup from the neck up. So if you have found yourself in that scenario, well, here's the good news. You can adjust your attitude. How do you do that? You just make the decision. And these are things that we talked about, by the goals, by the dreams, getting excited about your opportunity, and understanding when you're going through difficult times, it's just a season. You're going to go right through it. Somebody said, if you're going through hell, don't stop. Keep marching through it. Get out of it and keep on moving. Don't stay there, because when people get down, people get depressed, people get negative, the worst thing that they can do is just stay there. Get through it. Don't talk to the negative people. Don't allow them to bring you down even further, because when things go bad, that's when the naysayers come around. That's where the I told you so people come around. Usually those are the type of people that are the closest to you. Do You ever notice that? The ones that are really not in your corner cheering you on and deep down inside, a lot of them are like that. They don't want to see you become super successful. They may be a little bit jealous. They're like, come back down here with us. I told you so. You shouldn't have listened to those people. You need to listen to me. People that aren't in life where you want to be cannot show you how to get there, because if they knew it, they would be doing it. So please, please remember that. Very, very important. That's an important part of becoming the best version of yourself. Every now and then, you have to adjust your attitude. I start out by asking you right now, how is your attitude today? We used to talk about that in the encyclopedia business. I remember many people would greet people as they do today. They'd say, man, how's it going? Or how you doing? They always said, hey man, how's your attitude? That's a great question. Start asking people that. Start asking yourself that. Hey man, how's your attitude going? And when I first heard that, I remember like, wow, that's a great question. My attitude's great. My attitude is an attitude of gratitude. My attitude is fantastic. How's your attitude? So start doing that. Do that within your family. Do that with your children. Hey man, how's your attitude? And if it is stinking thinking, it's time to adjust that attitude. Get rid of the stinking thinking. Very, very, very important. So think about that. How's your attitude today? My attitude is awesome. So remember, that's an important key, an important part of becoming the best version of ourselves. So think about these rules. I'm going to cover them again. If you haven't written them down, number 1, identify your dreams. Number 2, set goals, short-term goals, long-term goals. Number 3, once you've done that, take action. Make the commitment and go for it 100%. Number 4, maintain your persistence. And number 5, adjust your attitude. As I stated, and I'll ask you again, how's your attitude today? I hope you can say, my attitude is fantastic. My attitude is amazing. My attitude is awesome. How is your attitude? I have an attitude of gratitude, best attitude to have. Let's take a short break. I think this is probably going to be 2 shows for this because it goes by fast. I get to talk and I get excited, so I don't want to waste time. I don't want to just rush through them. I think it's important that we cover all these so it'll make sense to all of you. So let's take a short break. I will be right back. Hey everybody, you have Rich Norton here from Retriever Merchant Solutions. Do you consider yourself a winner? Do you consider yourself a champion? Do you consider yourself the best? Are you that type of person that likes to strive for the best? You like being number 1, you're competitive, you like being in a positive environment where you can go as far as you want to go? Well, that's what we have at Retriever Merchant Solutions, an opportunity where you can be big as you want to be. You can grow as high as you want to go. You can go as far as you want to go. That's the opportunity that we have here with RMS. So if you feel that you're that type of person, you like meeting people, you're not afraid of rejection, you understand that the key to success is having a right attitude and going to work and never looking back and never giving up and making a commitment to do this 1,000%, that's going to give you success. So if I just described you, I want you to give me a call. Rich Norton, 904-434-4635. You're going to see the email right at the bottom of the screen. We will teach you this business. You may say, well, I've never done that type of business. We will teach you. We will train you. We will give you all the necessary tools on what it takes to become successful. And then we can celebrate your success and congratulate you for being a winner with RMS. I look forward to that. Give me a call. I am back. Great to be back with all of you, and this is good information, and I want you guys to know that as I'm talking through a lot of these things, and it's great for everybody else, but it is important for me as well. You know, sometimes people think, well, you got it all figured out, you got it made in the shade, and that's not true. We are all under construction. We all have room to improve. And that should be our desire. That should be our goal, to improve, to grow each and every day, to be the best that we possibly can be. Because when you do that, when you make that commitment, when you say, you know what, I want to be the best version of myself, I want to be the best me that I possibly can be, you're going to be a lot more joyful. You're going to be a lot more happier. You're not going to compare yourself to others. You're going to focus on you. Because sometimes we do that. We say, well, you know, compared to so-and-so, I'm way better than them. You should see so-and-so. We don't want to do any of that at all. Or those, I'd never be like that person. We never want to be that way at all. All we can do is we look in the mirror and we say, as we wake up each day and look in the mirror, we should say to that person in the mirror, today I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. And that's all about improving, and that's all about growing, and that's all about being the best version of ourselves. So I hope that's your goal. I hope that's your commitment, and all the things that we've talked about. We've got 5 more. We're going to cover those on the next show. So we are making this a 2-part series on rules to become the best version of yourself. And I'm looking forward to the next show to cover that with you. So it's very exciting, and that's what life is all about. No matter what level we reach, no matter how high we go, no matter how much money we make, wherever we may be, every day we make a commitment to grow, to improve, and to become the best version of ourselves. I hope that's your commitment. Looking forward to seeing you on the next show to cover the other 5 that will make sense to you and help you get to that next level. I'm excited about that, looking forward to that. So take these notes. If you haven't watched watch it again, write them all out, and make a commitment throughout this week to really focus on all these areas that I've talked about, and let's go for it 100%. And remember, when you woke up this morning, that day was a gift from God. The question is, what are you doing with this gift? What are you doing with this day? Because that's your gift back to God. Always make it an awesome one, and the way to do that is to become the best version of yourself. I'll see you next time on RMS Sales Training and Inspiration.